As the 2025 regular season is quickly approaching, cut day has now passed and each team in the league has had to whittle their roster down to just 53 players. Unlike the other 32 teams in the league, the Carolina Panthers seem to have an affinity for mediocrity, which is causing many people, including myself, to ask a very important question. Whose mans is this? And we're going to talk about it right after this.
I'm from the foe, you dig?
Welcome to The Way I See It with Jamario Rashad. This is a Carolina Panthers fan channel. Please do me a favor by hitting the like button, and please make sure you subscribe as I am on my road to 3K, trying to make sure the channel continues to grow as we get into this season. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get to the topic at hand. First of all, you already know who I'm talking about. DJ Johnson, former third-round pick, 80th overall. Question still stands. Whose mans is this? Because he has been the absolute pillar of mediocrity ever since being drafted as a top 100 player as a relatively unknown commodity just 2 short years ago. DJ Johnson is touted as being handpicked by Ejiro Evero as being tailor-made to be an outside linebacker that can get after the quarterback in this 3-4 system that continues to be shitty no matter who's deployed out there on the field. In just 6 short weeks, this man who is only going into his 3rd season in the NFL is going to be turning 27 years old, the age that some people in the league are getting to their 2nd, 3rd contracts. This man is on the 3rd year of his rookie deal. He has been in the league for 3 seasons. Now, what has he done in those 3 seasons? 80th overall pick, top 100 pick, 3rd round pick, out of nowhere. Gotta be a superstar, right? Fucking wrong. What has he been able to do in these 2 short years? He only has 60 total tackles in that time. That is with over 600 defensive snaps and an additional 124 special team snaps to boot. He only has had 60 tackles, and those are combined. I'm not even talking about solo tackles. But what was he drafted to do? What did we bring this guy here to do? We brought him here to be somebody that supposedly could get after the quarterback, but his ass ain't did nothing like that. In 27 games played, count them up, 27 games played, he has a half of a damn sack, a half of a sack. And his continuing to be on this roster is just pretty much malpractice on everybody involved. I want to know the names of everybody who made this decision, because you need to be called to the carpet for this goddamn stupidity, for continuing to deploy this bum out there on the field when there are so many more options that could be a better fit for what you assumed that his ass could do, but he clearly could not. Now, who is somebody that could have been somebody that played that role? Was it somebody that could have been brought in from the outside, or maybe did we already have somebody that was putting up these numbers that we did not have a top 100 pick invested into, that we were not paying so much money, that we did not have to invest so much capital into? I think we did. What was his name? His name was Amari Barno. Another outside linebacker who was able to do what DJ Johnson has been able to do twofold in less games and in half as many snaps. Amari Barno was drafted the year prior to DJ Johnson coming here to the Carolina Panthers. He is 2 years young. He's around the same age, but he was drafted 2 years sooner, meaning he had more experience, and is still, with 2 years of experience before this guy even got into the NFL, he's still younger than what he was when he was drafted into the NFL. Amari Barno was unfortunately released from this team over the offseason after having a season-ending injury last season, which unfortunately brought his final campaign here to an end. But I really want to raise the question and try to understand what exactly is the difference between these 2 players, and why in the hell player number 2 got to be on the roster when player number 1 got cut. We talk about all these different nuances about what makes a player worthy of being on the team, what makes you valuable outside of being a starter. If you're going to be a depth piece, what exactly do you need to do? Well, Amari Barno, at his big ass size, still running a 4.3, was a damn gunner on special teams. He was out there actually getting tackles. He was actually out there he was actually out there doing a job aside from what a starter would do. That is what DJ Johnson has also been asked to do. But guess what? Just like doing the job of a starter, he's been shitty at doing the job of a special teams player as well. Amari Barno, in 2 more games, but almost half as many snaps, has 2.5 more sacks. He got to the quarterback much more often, and as well, he was a much better depth piece than because of his ability to play special teams than what we've seen out of DJ Johnson. So that just raises one other question about whose man's is this? But we already know whose answer this is, and it goes back to a discussion that I had in a prior video that I dropped just about a week ago, talking about merit versus investment. What is more important? The merit that has been proven out there on the field. Is football truly the most? Is football and sports truly the most meritocracy? A true meritocracy, or is that just bullshit? Or are you always going to protect and go out there and then deploy the investments? Now, this is just another example of that happening. So for me saying all that, we know exactly whose man's this is. Somebody who else needs to get his ass off this team. That being defensive coordinator Ejiro Jokero, the clown coordinator of darkness, the motherfucker who continues to decimate this defense year over year, who continues to get excuse piled on excuse for his shitty ass scheme not getting the job done. We know for a fact that DJ Johnson was the first player handpicked by Ejiro Evero the first year that he was hired here to be the guy that he wanted to go out there and be the player that he said was tailor-made for this 3-4 shitty ass defense that we've continued to run and get the football ran down on our fucking throats for 2 years straight. He said that DJ Johnson, that's the first player I am going to put my neck out there for. I'm going to put my finger down on the paper and say that name, that relatively unknown motherfucker that played tight end for the prior 2 years. That's the person that I think should come in here and be the newest addition to this pass rush. And guess what we continue to be? Shitty as fuck is what we continue to be because of goddamn Jokero over here. He continues to do it, and DJ Johnson is the latest example of this. So I have to ask Dan Morgan, Dave Canales, what's the Brent Tillis, why in the hell? What has this guy shown you whatsoever that would prove that he has the merit outside of you all trying to cover your asses or trying to cover, honestly, the previous regime's asses, because y'all didn't even pick this guy. At least, y'all didn't know, or like I can't remember if y'all picked up. Either way, y'all are trying to cover y'all's asses or cover the Carolina Panthers' asses, but most importantly, y'all trying to cover his ass, because that's whose man this is. DJ Johnson, the most notorious wasted pick that we've had in the top 100, in the top 3 rounds over the last decade, and I will put that on wax. I don't give a fuck what nobody has to say. DJ Johnson, it is an absolute travesty that he continues to be on this team, man. But what do you all think about this topic? I know y'all want me to talk about Adam Thielen. I know y'all want me to talk about probably some other things going on with the roster. But this right here is the most atrocious shit that I think possibly went down over the last 48 hours. So what do you all think about DJ Johnson continuing to be a Carolina Panther for some strange reason? Whatever you all think, leave your comments down in the comment section. I'll get back to you then. I'm going to go ahead and get to making these other videos about these other moves, so be on the lookout for that. I am Jamario Rashad. This is the way I see it, and I'm out. DJ, get your ass off my team. Peace.